In November of 2020, I bought a brand new 2019 Triumph Scrambler 1200. If you guys remember that motorcycle, I bought that bike on a whim thinking that I was going to be this like badass off-road rider. Very quickly I realized that riding off-road was way above my skill level and not exactly the kind of riding that I wanted to do. So I quickly sold that motorcycle 6 months later and bought my beautiful Road Glide Appa. Well, if you guys haven't been following along, my husband recently has just built an amazing Harley-Davidson Sportster Scrambler, and he is planning on doing some awesome off-road or dirt road trips on that bike. And you know, I just kind of really felt left behind, that I didn't have a motorcycle capable of keeping up with him on some of these amazing dirt roads we have locally here in Ohio. So I did it. Finally got the bike that I think is going to be perfect for me in keeping up with my husband. Let me introduce to you my brand new Royal Enfield Himalayan. That's right. If you guys remember this video, you'll know that I was just in California last year and I got to ride the Himalayan for the very first time. I absolutely fell in love. So let's go ahead, hop on the bike, turn on the cameras, and talk about what my plans are for this motorcycle. One thing I kind of wanted to bring up to you before we hopped on the bike, I did already name her. It is a girl. She is a short little girl that likes the color green and plays in the dirt. Her name is Toph.
My name's Toph because it sounds like tough.
Yes, you know me. That is once again a reference to a character in Avatar: The Last Airbender. Toph is an amazing earthbender. She's actually the world's best earthbender. And I couldn't think of anything better to call my very brand new little custom the dirt bike. So let's hop on and go ride. As you can see here, I couldn't really find a beautiful place to film this, so I'm in a old abandoned parking lot on the side of the road, but there's a doggy daycare right over there, so that's been fun. Alright, let's see if we can get out of here without getting any used needles in our tires. So one of the very first things I love about this bike, let's get you all straightened out. Yo, it's so lightweight. Oh, kickstand's down, safety feature. There we go. This bike is so light. Oh my gosh, I'm just obsessed. Go! So yeah, that is the very first thing about this bike that's way different from any other motorcycle I own, is it is not very powerful. Truth be told, plenty of power. Like, the bike has plenty of power. I did about 70 miles an hour on the freeway just to get to that little spot, but getting up to speed is something that is a little terrifying. So how the hell did I come down to deciding on a Himalayan? You're kind of falling down there a little bit. So first of all, you guys know that I've ridden this motorcycle before. Not very far, not very fast, but I have ridden the bike before. And I will never buy a motorcycle unless I can test ride it. So I knew right off the bat, I enjoyed riding this bike. Second, the reason I decided to land on this motorcycle specifically is because you guys told me to. And obviously at the end of the day, I'm going to do whatever the hell I want to do. But it meant the world to me when I would post a couple videos and I said, hey, I'm thinking of getting a lightweight motorcycle that I can take off-road. What do you recommend? So many people recommended the Himalayan, and that made me really happy because I kind of already had my mind made up that I wanted this bike. So it was just reassurance that you guys thought it was the right move as well. So one thing I am truly very fortunate of with having this YouTube channel of mine is the amount of connections I have made over the past couple years, and especially connections with people in the motorcycle industry. So you know what I did? I reached out to my girl at Royal Enfield and I said, hey, listen, I've been getting a lot of great feedback from my audience saying that they think that I should be on a Himalayan. It's warm. I want something that I can ride around town with my husband, but I don't have the funds to really buy a bike right now. And obviously I could afford this bike probably very easy because it is such an affordable machine. So I asked her, I said, hey, do you think you'd be able to loan me a Himalayan for a few months? Which honestly, that's nothing unheard of, especially when you're in the field of work that I'm in. Because loaning a motorcycle is essentially free advertisement, and that's just really what it comes down to. I get to have fun riding a motorcycle that I enjoy. I don't actually have to buy it, and whoever the manufacturer is that loans it gets free advertisement. So she responded to me, hit me up, and said, hey, you know what? Are you gonna make videos? And I was like, yeah, of course I'm gonna make videos. That's like what I do. I love it. And she said, you know, I can do you one better. Let me just send you the bike. And I was like, okay, awesome. That sounds great. How, probably I can give it back to you in like May or June. And she's like, no. Just keep it. I was like, no, that doesn't happen. I was like, I don't just get free motorcycles. And so after talking with her, and honestly, after being on a few Royal Enfield press events, I'm like, dude, you're serious. And it just makes so much sense at the end of the day, too, because, I'm a huge advocate for Royal Enfield, and especially what they're doing in the female riding community. So I would just give anything to put them in a good light, no matter what, no matter if the bike was garbage or not. What Royal Enfield is doing is unparalleled in the motorcycle community right now. But the fact that I'm just obsessed with every single bike they have, and I'm so happy that they're becoming more readily abundant in the United States, I was like, done. Let's do it. Drop off a Himalayan and I'm just gonna go take off and have fun. So I really wanted this announcement video to be with my husband. You know, Jordan and I out riding, hitting up some dirt roads together, but this is in the middle of the week and it's a beautiful day and it's supposed to rain here soon, so I had to get out and record this today. Not that you need to know that, but that's my thought process. So we're gonna hit up some of these little twisty back roads here locally and just kind of wanted to give you an introduction to Toff. So things I already need to do. I want to get upgraded engine guards. I want to put protection on the motor so that when I drop it, it's not damaged. I need to get some proper hand guards to protect the bars when I drop it, the levers, all of that stuff. I want to get some panniers, some proper saddlebags on this bike, be able to pack up and go camping, you know, all those things. So I'm just chomping at the bit to start doing this stuff. I don't know if you guys are familiar with my husband's channel, but we are currently in the process of trying to add a second garage onto our property, and that's kind of sucking up a lot of the funds that I have right now. So if you guys have any good suggestions on a website that I can shop at or places that I can look to get some nice engine guards and stuff, leave a comment down below. Let's talk about the actual motorcycles that I own. I own my Harley-Davidson Dyna, I own my Harley-Davidson Road Glide, and now I'm the proud owner of a Royal Enfield Himalayan. I do have the R18 still. I do have the BMW R18 in my garage, but I do not own that bike, but I have been having a lot of fun riding that bike, that's for damn sure. So truth be told, I've explained this in my videos before, it's why do I need so many different bikes, you know? Just get one good one that can kind of do it all. And truth be told, if I were to get one good bike that could kind of do it all, I would get the Harley-Davidson Pan America. But that's still a really, really big, expensive bike. And I'm not going to lie, I'm really digging these lightweight, tiny motorcycles. And I know this isn't considered a tiny motorcycle, but to me, it's super tiny. I feel like a giant on this thing. And I've asked my husband a couple times, I'm like, hey, do you want to take the Road Glide out? Do you want to take the Dyna? Blah, blah, blah. Dude, Jordan is more in love with this Himalayan than I am. I'm not joking. He has seriously, every time we go out riding somewhere, he's like, I'll take the Himalayan. I'm like, you have your own Sportster. He's like, I don't care. I like the Himalayan better. Oh my God. I just think it's so funny that he literally built a motorcycle to mimic a bike like this. But truth be told, he put about the same amount of money in building his Sportster than it would have been to buy one of these brand new. And the Sportster's way more powerful, so it's a win-win. He got to custom build a motorcycle, and it's gorgeous. It's awesome. What a beautiful day, man. Everything is finally green again. It has been so long since everything has been green in Ohio. Oh, this is actually the very first time I've really been able to get the bike out and like ride. And it was pretty impressive. It actually, like, how comfortable it was on the highway. This little windscreen in the front, like, this thing is not messing around. I felt pretty good. I did feel a lot of wind like up into my helmet, you know, because it's not like a full fairing windscreen, but I didn't get any buffeting. It was lovely. I mean, it'll go fast, just not quickly. Whee! So some things I would immediately like to change on this bike. The mirrors, they're just kind of small and they vibrate a lot, so I really can't see anything behind me. So I would like to change the mirrors and risers. I'm definitely going to get some risers because when you stand up on this thing, I just kind of need a little more length in my arms, you know? I'm pretty fully extended right now, but it feels really good. I'm quite impressed with the actual size of the foot pegs that come stock on this motorcycle. If you think about foot pegs on like the Pan America, they're just these tiny little babies. Dude, that was the part that hurt the most on my body after riding that bike for so many hours was my feet. These foot pegs were like standing on needles all day. Oh. I don't know if you guys can see that, but man, my allergies have been bad. I just rode through beautiful falling petals. So I think, I mean, like, let me know what you guys think, because I was very impressed with the amount of positive reinforcement you guys had behind the Himalayan. Let me know what you think. If you thought this is probably what I should have bought in the first place instead of the Triumph Scrambler. And it really hurts me to say that because, damn it, I loved that bike. I really did. It wasn't the easiest to ride off-road, but damn, I love that thing. Sexy motorcycle. And honestly, the more I'm riding this Himalayan, like, the more I do think it's a beautiful bike. The first time I saw it, I was like, that's a little goofy looking. And then after riding it and seeing it, I'm like, okay, all right, you cute. You cute. Oh, this just feels so damn good, man. It feels so good to be riding. It's actually kind of shocking how fast you can go on this bike. It's 35 miles an hour through here and I was doing like 45. It also has 107 miles on it, so I'm going to be having my very first break-in here soon. I believe first break-in is 300 miles. Definitely one of the biggest reasons I was excited to get this bike is because it's just, there's no fluff. I've said it before about Royal Enfield. These are just true, pure machines. They're just motors and chains, and they run and they're awesome. So as you can see up front here, this has the, you know, classic analog screen, all of the clusters, the gauges, everything. It's beautiful. It does have this little tripper, so if you can see right there, that's a little secondary feature built in, and it's called Tripper, and it's supposed to be like a GPS type of thing. I believe it just runs off of Google, and I would personally never use it. I'd rather have my phone right in front of me where I can just easily access routes, different ways to get some places, look at closures and traffic and stuff like that, and control my music. So that's what I mean. Like, I definitely didn't need that. It's a very nice feature, and I feel like a lot of people around the globe are super stoked for that. But for someone like myself who just heavily relies on my cell phone to get me places, it's just, it looks like a nice little boost gauge or something, you know? Like, to say I'm obsessed is an understatement. I am truly smitten with just how fun this little machine is. So that's the introduction to my beautiful Himalayan Toff. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and until my next one, you be good, and I'll see you later.